This is probably my favorite meal. My favorite meat. It's so simple.
So delicious.
Spinach, mushroom, potato.
So we're gonna grab and then head to the park. Let Murphy and I out.
Hi, buddy. What's you? Hi. Hi.
Where'd you go? Hi. Hello.
He's friendly.
Hi.
Miss Antisocial here.
She'll be fine.
Who's that, Merv? Say hi. Hi.
With our new friend.
This is our homie Diamond. Say hi, buddy. Say hi.
Yes, Diamond's a boy.
And then Murph's over there being antisocial.
Of course. So I guess on the way here we're kind of discussing why people are just so negative towards veganism, and like why they push it away with really not understanding what's going on.
Well, I mean, at least from what I understand, most people just kind of sort of see it as a diet. But to me, the vegan diet is a result of realizing that there's an issue greater. So I think that's the issue. People think it's strange, you know, because they don't realize that it's something greater than a diet. It's a result of a bigger issue.
But even as a diet, it's the only one proven to reverse chronic diseases, you know what I mean, and keep you completely healthy on every level. Then why bother telling people that? I don't want to. Like, in a perfect world, if it were,
Yeah,
you know,
I don't
what
want to sit here and preach to people, you know,
No.
because I mean, honestly, I know that that's how they view it, and sometimes I feel like I'm doing it. I'm preaching, and that's the last thing I want to do. Especially me. I'm an introvert. I could care less to sit around and talk to people. But when it comes to something like this is serious, you know, and it's more than just my health. I'm not eating meat because it's like the cold diet. Are you kidding me? I was a meat eater my entire life. It tastes amazing.
But it's just not how we eat. It's not what we believe anymore. There's obviously multiple reasons, you know what I mean? And I guess the one that really kind of just sat outside is like, how do I want our children to grow up? What do I want them believing? How do I want them to be? I want them to be completely 100% healthy. I want them to love everything equally, like to be an accepting person, to have empathy. And so like
Our kids have to be born vegan. They have to, in order for, you know, them to have a future, an environment.
Thing, like we weren't given a choice. This is the way it was. And so a lot of people say, well, that's cruel for your kids to be vegan.
That's cruel, yeah.
We weren't given a choice. We were forced,
We
right?
weren't given a choice. We were forced to eat animals.
But like, you know, when the time comes, we'll let them decide on their own, and if they want
And even kids who do eat meat, or, you know, grew up in a family that does, there's times where those kids become very sad because they realize that they're eating a cow, not beef, because they're eating a pig, not bacon. And some kids do get sad when they come to this realization. There have been many of kids in families that end up becoming vegetarian or vegan because they choose for themselves not to eat animals.
I think society desensitizes us to those things, because we don't make that connection, right? We don't.
Yummy bacon, not a sentient being that has social structures and families of their own, that cry and scream for
Emotion, feelings.
for the babies that have been ripped away from them. People don't see it that way. They just want yummy bacon.
So I think that people fight us so much, and it's one thing to fight us if you've tried it and you just couldn't make it work.
at least give it a try and then give us a valid argument, which even still.
And you, obviously you're gonna have so many people like go one way or another. Like bottom line is like, fine, choose the diet of your fucking choice. Like, but like that's not changing what's going on with the environment. So how about that one? Like, give me an argument for that one, right? And if you want to say humans, okay, cool. So like we ourselves take up what, a certain amount of water and energy and all that, but like it doesn't even compare to the meat industry. So all right, like then when you can rebuttal that argument and have it make complete sense to me, then maybe I'll consider like, oh, you're right, you know, maybe my lifestyle choices aren't right. But until then, like that is what it is. Like this is the life we're living. Like we are mindful of our environment, the animals, and really what goes into our body. You know, to be attacked. Like I don't want them to feel attacked, but I want them to understand like it's crucial to make a change, like now, like yesterday.
Yeah. Especially people with kids. Think about your kids' future. They're not going to have a planet.
And if we can do it here in Hong Kong, you know what I mean? People can do it anywhere.
There are doctors out there doing the studies for these things.
Like long-running studies, like the longest-running study ever, the China study. Like, I mean, come on. Like, there's so much info. You know, we don't live in a day and age where we can't access information like that. And obviously, you have to be careful where you're getting your information.
We as human beings, as a species, serve no purpose to the earth, but every other earthling does, you know, and all we're doing is destroying it. So we have to think about that and, you know, figure out, you know, the purpose that we serve in this one life.
This is important, and it matters, and it matters on a bunch of different levels. And we're out.
Peace.
Whoa. Either they're fighting or someone's torturing.
No, they could be having sex. You should hear it. It sounds like a baby cat massacre.